Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to the Let's Play channel. How's everybody doing tonight? It's time for Fortnite, My Hero Academia new characters. The last night that they're going to be available in the shop, I believe. These characters came out last week, and I was wicked busy, so I was unable to get to the bundles. So this is it. You know, I'm going to stream for a little bit, and then I'm going to call it a night. And I've got a ton of chores to do tonight. I've got some dishes to do. I've got to fix the Pokemon video that went up today with no sound, which is weird. But I checked back the original file, and the original file is corrupted. There's no sound. So that's a problem. Hopefully you guys having a fantastic night, ready to play a little bit of Fortnite, and go over the My Hero Academia bundles. And I'm going to butcher these names, so I don't really watch this show. I saw the first season, and that was about it. I watched the first season of this. I was like, oh, it's interesting. It's about superheroes. Nope, wait. It's like Naruto. If Naruto was a little kid as superheroes. But, you know, they are in high school. So, I mean, yeah. So we got Shoto, the guy who I remember uses fire and ice. He's got fire on one side. Kind of like burn like Zuko from Last Airbender. And then he's got the ice side. I believe the ice powers originate from his mother. And the fire powers is from his dad. But you guys can help me out if I'm wrong about that. What's interesting is also this week we'll be previewing the new free-to-play My Hero Academia Battle Royale game, which will be releasing on the 28th or 29th of September. Hi guys, how's it going? So yeah, if I'm wrong with the lore, you guys can help me out there. But I believe that this dude, fire and ice powers for mom and dad. He's kind of unique in the world of My Hero Academia, because most superheroes only have one power, and he has two. 28th? 28th. Thank you! A wild Geofant. Mage Wolf? Is that you? I got it right! Sweet. Thank you, Captain Zach. Okay, so there we go. Shoto. Then you got these two guys. Uh-oh. Hang on. Cat's doing something. Blake! What's going on? What are you doing? Alright, fed the cat. Thought I fed him before. Okay, this character I know nothing about. Mina. I'm assuming she's from the same class as everybody else. I don't know her powers. I'm not familiar with her. Familiar with the girl with the frog tongue more. So in this bundle, you have Mina and I don't know what his name is. Eijiro? Whoa! I don't know what your power is, but it is freaky, dude. I don't remember this guy in the show. He was in the first season too, right? Probably just didn't have a lot of character development yet. Yikes. Okay. Alright, well. This character will be in the My Hero Academia free-to-play Battle Royale game coming out on the 28th. I believe Mina will be in the new Battle Royale game too. His quirk is hardening. Okay, alright. Was he in the first season? Like, as a background character at least, or sort of? Yeah. Because I remember the guy with the glasses in the first season. Frog Girl. Bubble Girl. Deku. His rival. And a couple other characters. But vaguely. Okay, so, yeah. You have these bundles here, these people. Boom, 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 boom. And we have all that stuff, so we're going to get to it. So, hardening and, okay. Alright, cool beans. So, let's get into it. So, I'm going to start things off with Shoto. Yeah. And he's got all his abilities. Fire and Ice. That is a cool glider. It really is. Okay. Let's dive into this. We got a small group because it's late at night. It's a school night. So, not going to be many people on a school night. Right? Yeah, totes. Alright. Shoto, Mina, and what was his name? Eijiro? 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 Eijiro. Eijiro. E-I-G. Eijiro. Go with that. Intro. Welcome. Bundle. And Shoto. Now, can anybody explain to me why my cat is weird? Link is weird. Like, every time he does his water, he spills it. Like, there's gotta be some type of bowl we can get that will be, you know, Link-friendly without him messing up, literally putting water everywhere. Hey, Link. Come on. Okay, there's electricity where you are, and your paw's wet. I can see it. That's incredibly dangerous. Okay, you're just throwing caution to the wind, huh? Okay. I'm gonna move that. Yeah, I'm gonna move that. That's wet. That's electricity. You know the song, like, electricity. Ah! Every single time! Every time! I must have some type of superpower. Because every time I plug in something electric, I get shocked! Ugh! Somebody explain that to me. You laugh hard because of it. Well, I didn't find it electrifying. Lucas static shock. Well, it sent a shock through my system, that's to be sure. It was a big enough of a pop to send Link into a frenzy. Link, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing, do you? Okay. Thunder element. Oh, where the heck am I? Flying around at the speed of sound. Ah, you said lulz. Maybe be more careful? I didn't do anything! I just plugged it in! Whenever I plug in something electric, I get shocked. I don't drag my feet or anything. That's why Amber plugs in everything in the house. I always get shocked. I probably have too much iron in my blood. Yeah, probably. You cause it. No, I don't cause it. The electricity causes it. I have such an electrifying personality that, you know, I'd be shocked if it didn't happen. What do you call it when Link was up? What? Link's Awakening. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. Good one. But I mean, isn't iron in your body different than actual metal iron? What is the beeping? That's weird. Beep 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 beep. Doobie 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 doo wah. Watch out for Mr. Iceman. The Iceman cometh! The Iceman cometh and taketh awayeth. Get a heavy bowl so he can't turn it over? There's an idea. Although this cat can open doors. So that's gonna have to be like a really heavy bowl. Also, we don't want to make it too heavy because then Amber can't lift it. I don't know. I always get I don't get electrocuted, but you can always hear the pop when I plug stuff in. You can see, like, it's like a zzz, pop. The only time I don't get shocked is when I plug in something. I prefer USB plugs. USB plugs never shock me. Regular electricity always shocks me. Whether I'm wearing rubber shoes or nothing. Whether I drag my feet or not. Every single time. Amber never seen... I've seen Amber's hand wet. Okay? I've seen it damp, and she plugs things in. No shock. Which you would think, when she literally comes out of the shower and plugs something in, that she's gonna get zapped. Nope. Never happens. Nope. I tell her to be careful, and then I go in the next room and I plug something in, and it's like, yeah! And she's like, what happened? It's like, I got shocked! And then she laughs at me. It's like, it's not funny! In reality, you should be the one who gets shocked. In reality, logically, it would make sense. Well, I mean, if it's bad luck, I was telling this to Amber a long time ago. It's like, I'm gonna have a lot of bad luck. And she's like, why? It's like, because I used all my good ones marrying you. That's why. Okay, the beeping is getting annoying. What's going on? Stop it. Okay. Are we done? Are we done with the beeping? Are we done with the beeping? Okay. Alright, we're done. We're done with the beeping now. Snickers breaks out into laughter. Lulz. I'm gonna die. Oh, wait. It always... Refreshing! I'll go for a ride. Radio's off. Alright, let's roll. Hello. If only that said Pizza Planet. So anyway, yep, this is Shoto from, or Shoto, My Hero Academia, Fire and Ice Man. Available only until tomorrow before 8 p.m. and then he is gone. Then the My Hero Academia characters are gone. All the My Hero Academia characters are available for a limited time. So if you missed out on getting Deku and Bubble Girl and All Might and Exploding Kid. Enemy! Oh no! The car! Great. Great, great. Good job, guys. Good job destroying our ride. We're all doomed now. You realize this, yes? Okay, then. Oh, I'm getting that canoe and I'm getting out of here. Wait, it's not a canoe! Ah! Bubble Girl? I forgot her name. She has bubble powers. Gravity Girl, or whatever. I don't know. Girl in pink. I love pizza. Okay, why are we talking about pizza? What's going on? I'd like a pizza that action. Yeah, Gravity Girl, that's it. I'll just call her Gravity Girl. Names in Japan that start with O are always very hard for me to pronunciate correctly. It took me for the longest time to be able to say Orochimaru correctly. Gravity Girl, yeah. That's easier. Whoops. Ah! Link, get off the sink! Little Chasers is good. Little Chasers, isn't that really that very dramatic anime? No, wait. I'm thinking of like this really weird anime where it turns out everyone was dead and there were only 2 people that were left alive, but they're somehow in the world of the dead. But they thought they were in regular high school with their friends. I think it was the Little Busters Club! Oh, you asked Google about why I keep getting shocked? Yeah, it's a mystery. I think I'm the first mutant on this earth. I have mutant powers that evolve electricity, and I just need to harness the electricity. And then I'll stop getting shocked. Don't ask me how I'm going to do that, because I'm not going to experiment. I think I have just too much iron in my blood. I eat a lot of cereal. And cereal has a lot of iron and vitamins and minerals. And I definitely have... I don't have any vitamin deficiency, though. No vitamin C, D, or E deficiencies. Or B. What are you doing? I'm Thundar the Barbarian with a mullet. What are you doing, Link? If you're going to hang out on the stream, you need to lie down. Okay, then. Fine, be that way. Thundar the Barbarian. Wait, is that how it went? Thundar! No, that's that. I got Conan and Thundar confused. Here's Thundar! Conan had a cool theme in the 90s. Hey, get out of there! Hey, 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 yo, 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 yo. Nope, 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 nope. Hey! Get out! Get out! Get out now! I'm gonna shoot you. Do not go hiding in there. Those are collectibles. Zelda doesn't go there. You don't go there. Okay? No. Do not go in there. You drop one of those collectibles, we're going to have problems. You're going to be living in that bathroom for a week. Because I can't replace some of those, yo. Thank you. Well, I told you guys Link was going to be a problem because he's a climber. And Amber was like, no, he's changed. He's not a climber anymore. He's so used to us now. He climbed the bookcase behind my head. And I heard that thing creaking, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's going to fall on my head while I'm streaming. That's the bookcase behind me that's got a picture of our wedding. It's got some very expensive video game collectibles that were sent to us over the years. We got like a Twilight Princess thing, statue. Got a Batman statue back there from Zack Snyder's like movie. So if he looked like he was trying to knock one of them down, dude. So that's why I took up the squirt bottle and pointed at him and I said, I'm gonna shoot you. And he's like, you wouldn't dare. And then I shook the bottle and the water made its water noise like, well, you know what water sounds like that. So, and he backed off. He's like, okay, don't pull the trigger, man. It's like, okay, Link, get out of the bookcase. Walk away slowly. Move away. That's right, Link. If you give me time to reorganize that could be a little hiding place for you, but you're not allowed there. Who is Zelda? We have two cats. Link is the newest addition to our family. He is a year and 2 months old. We adopted him from a shelter/animal vet. No one wanted him because he needed tooth surgery. And funny enough, like, we came to the vet like when they were in the process of actually fixing his teeth for him. And we said we would adopt him. And then I asked him, I said, when is his surgery going to be done? They said sometime in August. I said, I'm going to give him some time to recover, and I'll pick him up around September 13th, September 15th. And so he's been with us since the September... either the 14th or the 15th. He's been here. Does he have another costume, this guy? He does have another costume. Whoa, fancy. Fire and Ice Man. Wait, why wouldn't his ice side be the one that has all... I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. Wouldn't that side of his body be all on fire, and then the other side be all made of ice? Or is... The man's literally Two-Face. He's Two-Face, sort of. He could kind of look like... There, now he's Two-Face. Alright. I need to fix the thing behind me because I'm worried he's going to knock those collectibles out, so one sec. Be right back. After these messages, I'll be right back. Don't go over here. Oh! You found Amber's pink hard drive. She's been looking for that. Good job, boy. Good boy. Not sure how this is going to work. Okay. Maybe... I can do this. What the heck is that? Can you give me a second to move this? Huh? Chill. Link! Don't touch that. Amber doesn't like when you play with that. Got me? You are going to be a pain, aren't you? You don't listen. Yeah. Oh, come on! Don't you run away from me. Come here. He knocked over something on your guitar. I'm moving your guitar away from this part of the house. No, he doesn't need to go in his room. I'm not yelling. I'm talking to him. I'm not yelling at him. There's a difference. There. Oh, you're fine. Alright, that should do it. He was trying to get inside of the bookcase. Okay, I got him. Okay. It's okay. What is this blanket? Oh, I found your pink. He found your pink hard drive. Okay, cat situation is done. See, nighttime streams. All right, let's go with this. You know, we're gonna change it up. We'll come back to him. Let's go with where are the other people? Easier to go through the item shop, maybe. Let's go over here. Where are they at? Not you. Can I equip these guys whenever I want? Edit style. What does that mean? Oh yeah, I can do this. All right, we'll equip her. And view details. Can I equip this? There we go. That's easy. Probably this pick of some kind. View this. Equip. Haha. That's easy. Cultural festival dance. Okay. Equip. Sure. Cool beans. Alright, so we're going to be playing as Mina now. There we go. Mina time. Well, I mean, the good news is I think I found a way preventing him from getting into the bookcase now. The bad news is he did drop a collectible on Amber's guitar, but it looks like the guitar is okay, as far as I can tell. Mina. Who is playing Nightwing 01 in the game? I don't know. It's not me. Hey Richard, how's it going? Alright, I am Mina. Yoink. Wait, what are you an ice person? I don't know what your powers are, actually. Somebody explain this girl's powers to me. Da, 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 da. 24 days until Spider-Man, that's right. Her quirk is acid? Ugh. Yikes. Her quirk is actual acid. Okay. Da, 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 da. Jump. Da, 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 da. Who's excited about October on Saturday or Sunday? I mean, it's just another month, but I am annoyed with the game industry though, because they could have like sprinkled out the game releases all year, and now there's going to be like so many games coming out between October and November, and some of those games aren't going to have the opportunity to have any growth. Like Spider-Man and Mario Wonder are going to end up like destroying so many games that they're not going to have like any breathing room whatsoever. And some of those like mediocre games should have released over the summer. Sonic especially should have released in August or September. There's no reason that Sonic Superstars couldn't have come out in September. Like, that would have killed it in September. You would have just had Mortal Kombat and the Sonic game. But now, I mean, literally Sonic like right next to Mario, that's not a good idea. Should space them out. Oh well. Nothing can be done about it. Woo! They wanted to release it for better quality. I'm pretty sure the game has been done for a while. Most of the games that got delayed throughout the year are coming out in October and November. September was pretty barren. Whoop. Oh no, Mina. She's in trouble. Happy birthday. Have a happy. Hello, ice cream. Ice cream cone? Alright. Whoops. Alright, where am I going? I'm stuck here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out! So everybody's using the same My Hero Academia stuff. So what season is My Hero Academia on now? Bear in mind, I've only seen the first season. And I saw it subtitled, so I didn't see it in English. Whoop. 6 seasons? Okay. Oof. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Alright, so... Alright, happy to report that Avatar episode 10 has crossed over to 1,000 views, so you guys will get 2 Avatar episodes tomorrow. 6 and 8. Avatar. And a Ultimate Selects on a Genesis game. Hello. Yes, I could go for a ride. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Thank you very much. Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark. No. From below. Don't really remember what that is. Oh. Genesis. Why is this all? Genesis ROM of Spider-Man. Okay. Alright, who's driving anyway? Not me, but, I mean, someone's driving. And here I am just kind of hanging out. Chilling. Are we out of gas? I guess I'm going. Oh. Never mind. Are you coming in or what? Alright. Oof. Man, the whole house still smells like smoke. Ugh. Oof. Let's party. Ah, whoopsies. I guess that wasn't a very good party. Okay, I keep hitting rocks. And apparently canisters. Let me out! No! I would probably run. No! I lived! Ha 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 ha! I survived! Ah, cool. I would call this barely surviving, though. Now I'm in big trouble. Whoopsies. Well, that was interesting. So I use poison, huh? I don't know. I have a problem with toxic superheroes. See what I did there? Toxic super. That was kind of fun. Oh. I don't really want to talk about the Suicide Squad game. I don't think it's going to do very well. I personally think that DC is delaying the inevitable by, you know, being gun-shy with that game. I don't think there's anything that they can do to not repeat the same fate as the Marvel Avengers game. And at least the Marvel Avengers game tried to, you know, fix things to make the game better for players. Even though the game was kind of mediocre. Yeah! Wow, that guy was worse than me. I literally had one hit. Uh-oh. Yeah, that should have happened, like, the first time. So, you know, I'm very concerned. I feel bad for them. You know, Rocksteady is a good group of people. I've known them for quite a while. But, whoa! I mean, how many years have they delayed the game now? Isn't this the second year that they've delayed it? It was supposed to come out in 2020. Or wait, no. It was supposed to come out in 2021. Then it was supposed to come out in 2022. Wait, no. It was supposed to come out in 2020... Yeah. 2021, 2022. And then they... I think this is the third delay, actually. And now, supposedly, it's coming out in 2024. Supposedly. Because originally, Gotham Knights and... Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad were supposed to release the same year. 2022. And then it got moved to 2023. And then it got moved to 2024. Because Gotham Knights had its release date moved up to the fall of 2022. When originally the fall of 2022 was the release date of Gotham Knight. Or not Gotham Knight. Sorry. Suicide Squad. Because the Suicide Squad was always a fall game, and Gotham Knights was supposed to be a spring game. And then it got delayed and moved to the fall, and then not Gotham Knights. Suicide Squad got pushed back even more. And then when that was supposed to come out in the spring of 2023, it got pushed back again. And it didn't even have a release date. And then it got a release date for 2024. Tentative release date. We don't even know if it's going to come out in 2024. And they had no updates to share this year in the summer. Ow. So it's not a good sign when a company doesn't, you know, really talk about the game. The Wonder Woman game we know nothing about. Ugh, I didn't mean to do that. DC's gonna, you know, gonna have to do a lot of stuff to fix a lot of their issues. I hope they can do it, because, you know, been a fan of Batman for a long time. Dope. That wasn't smart. Where did Link go now? Where did Link go now? I don't know. He's around. So after this, we're gonna do the hardening guy, Eijiro. Or darn it! I wanted to kill the guy who kept killing me. Why? Agreed, John. I hope so too. Meanwhile, though, Japan has once again had another successful multi-billion-dollar year. Yeah, I got the fish man who keeps killing me. Sweet. Ouch. Nuts. Fall release date for Wolverine 2024. Well, they better, DC better release their Suicide Squad game in the spring then. Because if you go near a Somniac's game, like, you're gonna be in big trouble. Rocksteady's been out of the game for a while, and this is not the game that they wanted to bring for a comeback, because it's not gonna work. I have no idea why they did the whole looter brawler thing. Ouch. A lot of people are excited for the Spider-Man game. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. Whoop. Hey, how's it going? Goodbye, Fishman. I am really holding you guys back. I am sorry. I'm just not very good at this game. I never have been. It's kind of like a makeshift community stream if you think about it, because my team just carries me and I just do terrible. That's kind of what happens. I don't have any skills in this game. Balloon Man incoming! I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just running around aimlessly. Nuts! Sorry about that. Later, Tim. Which of these two games are more exciting? OH, Spider-Man or Super Mario? If I'm being completely honest, I'm more hyped for Spider-Man than I am the Mario game. The Mario game, compared to like most Mario games, it looks very different to me. There's too many power-ups for me. And like, I like a more simplified Mario platformer, you know, side-scrolling platformer thing. And that game has a lot of options. Too many options for me. So the idea of just web-slinging, you know, through New York City and switching out between Miles and Spider-Man is very cool. I hope that you can do it not tied to the story, though. Like, if I want to do something with Miles and, you know, sneak around with his camouflage ability, and then I can switch to Peter, that'd be kind of cool, especially in free roam. But maybe the switching is only tailored to the story. I don't know. I hope both characters can free roam, and I hope Venom can free roam too. But the Mario game isn't going to last as long on the channel as the Spider-Man thing. We'll be playing the Spider-Man thing until close to Thanksgiving, I bet. Especially if, like, there's an entire story that, you know, is from Miles' point of view, and then there's another storyline that's from, like, Spider-Man's point of view. Like, when I just upload the Miles playthrough and then have the Spider-Man be the live stream series. But I don't know if it does that or not. Like, I haven't had a chance to get hands on the game, so I don't know how the story works if you switch between Miles and Peter, or if you have, like, the story take place from, like, each of their perspective. And then I could do, like, a full series of just Peter Parker as a full series as Miles. That's what I'm hoping, but I don't know. I have no idea. Eijiro. Where is Mr. Freaky Man? What is it, sweetie? Oh, there he is. That's easy. We're gonna go with this style first. And for his weapons, pretty straightforward. Go with... He has this weird, whatever this is, shield thing. Equip. Right? And then he's got this gloves. Link, don't go in the room. You're in enough trouble, mister. Don't keep piling it on. There we go. Yeah, he's getting used to us, so he's becoming a troublemaker, I know. I saw that. He climbed the bookcases. Well, when we first met him, he was climbing the cages of the veterinarian place, going up underneath their ceiling. Wait, how do you... Climbing through... He was like... You know what he looks like? He looks like the Spider-Man cat from the Miles Morales game. The orange tabby Spider-Man. So when we first met Link, he was climbing... You know how when you go into a doctor's office or a veterinarian place, they have like these ceiling tiles that you can push up and you can go... Well, I mean, you're not supposed to, but like you push up these ceiling tiles and there's a whole like very small crawl space. So when we met Link, he was up really high on the veterinarian cages for animals. And then he pushed up on the tiles, and he went above the ceiling and was crawling around in the air ducts or whatever. We don't have that in this house, so the highest things that he can climb are the bookcases, and I've been wondering why he's been looking at the bookcases, because I was like, okay, what's the deal with the bookcases? Zelda never climbs my bookcases, and sure enough, on this stream, for the first time, I witnessed him climbing the bookcases. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this thing's going to fall on me. So... Link is the real-life spider cat? It sounds like it, doesn't it? Spider cat does whatever a spider cat does. Action is his reward. Watch out, here comes the spider cat. In the thrill of night. At the scene of a crime. Link arrives just in time. Alright, let's get to our next match. I'm playing as, how do you pronounce this guy? Is it Eijiro? Is that his name? Whoop, 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 whoop. Another Nightwing? Anybody can join Luke's lobby in Fortnite? You can try. You can try. Red Riot is a superhero name? That's much easier. Yeah, I like Red Riot. What's the superhero name for Mina? Red Riot is much easier, yeah. What? Pinky? Her name is Pinky and she shoots poison? Pinky Poison? Okay, alright. What about Shoto? Or Shuto? What's his superhero name? I don't think I saw the episode where they choose their superhero names. I've only seen the first season that focused on Deku and All Might. And a little bit of Gravity Girl, like, teasing-wise. Todoroki is a superhero name? People just call him Shoto? Is it Shoto or Shuto? What's the correct pronunciation for that name? Like Shoto or Shuto? Or Shoto, I don't know. I don't know. Shoto? Okay. Ah! Run, Red Riot, run! Even Riot is a cooler name than Red Riot. Why would it be Red Riot? He's not even wearing enough red to be the Red Riot. Whoop. Alright, let me ask you guys a tough question, those of you who are into the show. So, like in Naruto Shippuden, how many main characters have died? Like, how many classmates have died yet? Has any of the classmates died yet, or no? Whoop. None of the classmates have died? Okay. So it's not quite like Naruto Shippuden then. Okay. In class, no one in the anime. Oh, so somebody died in the manga? Whoop, whoop. Boom. I mean, if somebody died in the manga, then that means they're probably going to die in the anime. Teku died. All Might died. Whoops. Yeah, I know. A couple of the teachers have died. I was asking about classmates. I know about the teachers. Whoop. Whoop. Ah! Oh, it's a Wolverine game before he joins the X-Men? Darn. I like the Wolverine games where he's like a... part-time member of the X-Men, because you could always bring up an X-member's name, like in one of his games, and like he can kind of mention something. The games where he's not a part of the X-Men yet are, they're okay. I mean, X-Men Origins Wolverine was amazing. If I had access to my channel, I would finish that for James Trigg, I believe, is the person who was doing that game for. Whoop. I don't know where I am going. I am totally lost. Oh, so this morning when I was uploading the YouTube short, I found a pretty disturbing video for Speed Racer. Somebody made a video on YouTube years ago, and I think the title is Speed Racers for Kids, huh? And, or Speed Racer's a kid show, and it showed, like, it had the Speed Racer theme song, and it showed Speed, like, shooting and blowing up people with, like, machine guns and handguns and grenade launchers. And it was like, oh my gosh, how do I not remember this part? Like, literally, he was attacking this helicopter, and then he threw a grenade at it, and he blew up the helicopter, and you're like thinking, oh, the guy in the helicopter is just going to jump out. It's going to be fine. And you watch the guy go down in flames and blow up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, wow. Speed Racer was not messing around. Should have called him Speed Gangster. Go, Speed Gangster, go. He, like, pulls up alongside somebody on the Mach 5 with a machine gun, and he just lets them have it. And they're playing heroic music when he does it. And I'm just thinking, what in the world? I don't remember this Speed Racer. I was like, what? They're playing happy music. Ah! Go, Speed, go! Speed busts out, like, an AK-47 and just, like, starts, like... Well, not an AK-47. It was a German machine gun. German/Japanese machine gun. From World War II. I don't remember the name of it, because I'm not big on firearms. Wah! I think the Pumpkin Man got me. It's a shame that Speed Racer got canceled. Speed Racer had a very long longevity, like the 60s show, but the 60s show was pretty violent. I'm amazed they were able to, like, unless they somehow censored it. I don't know if they censored it, because I've only seen a couple episodes of Speed Racer. I watched there was, in the 90s, they brought back Speed Racer as a new anime, and I thought that was kind of cool, so I watched that a little bit, but it didn't last very long. But the original show was pretty dark. I was like, whoa. And it was only a 5-minute clip I watched, but I saw Speed, like, gun down at least 40, 50 people. And they literally show it, too. They show guys standing up, and then Speed shoots them, and you hear the sound effect. And you see the bullets left in the wall, and the guys just fall over. And I'm just like, well, wow. That was crazy. He's blowing up people left and right. He ran over somebody with the Mach 5. I was like, This has to be a parody. There's no way this is the original Speed Racer that aired, and it's like, sure enough, that was the original Speed Racer. It's like, holy crap. Ah! They're going after the video game industry now? Wow. Hollywood needs to butt out from Japanese companies. Talk about racists. Wow, that's messed up. Once again, Americans butting into everybody else's lives. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Ouch. Considering most companies are actually Japanese run, I don't know. I hope Japan fires a lot of them, personally. That would be funny to me. Because Japan technically doesn't need American companies to help them anymore. They have their own dubbing agencies that can do English. They don't need Americans, personally. Whoop. Well, I mean, EA and WB are American companies. Like, I don't think any of the Japanese companies are going to go on strike. If anything, they'll just fire people. American companies, yeah, they'll go on strike. Because they're owned by Hollywood. Video games in America have been owned by Hollywood since, like, probably the mid-2000s. But Japanese companies won't bow down, probably. At least I hope not, because if they do, then they're screwed. It'd be interesting to see if Xbox will do it. WB and EA are basically owned by Hollywood, so they have to do it. WB especially. But WB really can't afford a strike. They're going to kill whatever products they have remaining, so that was stupid. Oh, that was one of my guys. My bad, sorry. I didn't see the marker over your head. Yep, they went on strike after releasing the Mortal Kombat thing. Well, good thing they got their game out, isn't it? Ubisoft is international. Nintendo's international. Konami's international. And I mean international, but they're Japanese. Sony, Nintendo, Konami, Capcom, Square. Let's see if I can remember all the Japanese companies. There's at least 15. I'm going to have to do it on my finger. Hang on. Nintendo, Konami, Square, Capcom, Sega, Natsume, Namco. I already did Sega. Who am I missing from the big ones? That's 6 so far. Atlas is Sega, so that doesn't count. Marvelous is Japanese. Inti Creates is international. They're not Japanese. There was one more. One more big Japanese company. Hudson's gone. Hudson doesn't exist anymore. Konami bought out Hudson. They're gone. Corporate merger, man. Or buyout. It was either a buyout or it was a merger. Hudson Soft's gone. They've been gone for however... How long has Konami had the rights to Bomberman now? It's been a while. I think they've had the rights to Bomberman now for 15 years. I think. Hudson Soft is gone. Level 5 is Japanese. Level 5 is... Yeah. But they're technically a Nintendo subsidiary. Just like Retro Studios is a Nintendo subsidiary. Level 5 doesn't tend to make too many games outside of Nintendo. I would even count them as like a Nintendo studio. Platinum Games is Japanese, yes. I forgot about Platinum. So, the companies that'll probably go on strike, definitely. I don't see Xbox doing it because they're not going to let their profits get messed up before Christmas. That's stupid. The weak companies that are already like in trouble will have to go on strike. So Warner Brothers, EA Games is going to... Probably Bethesda will go on strike. Probably. If the whatever people try to go after... I think the Japanese companies would just end up firing a lot of their American branches, then, you know, go along with their craziness. They'll be like, what are you talking about? Why would we go on strike with our... We're not even a US-owned company. And be like, oh, we have Americans working for us? Hang on, I gotta make a phone call. I'm sorry, we don't have Americans working for this company anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. Bye. Click. Whoops. You're mistaken. Read the memo. No one here. You can't dictate another country. That's just wrong. This is why I can't stand people like this. Yeah, SNK, Koei Temco. Atlas is part of Sega. Atlas doesn't count anymore, so you have to remove Atlas from the list. And Koei Tecmo. Koei and Tecmo used to be two different companies. They merged, so they're one company now. Koei Tecmo. And someone after someone. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that video is messed up. Speed Racer like murdering a bunch of people. I was like, holy crap. I know, Japan better be smart about this whole strike thing, because if they let Americans interfere, Americans will ruin their games the way they've been ruining their games. You don't want too much American influence, especially right now when everybody's crazy. That'd be a bad business decision. And Japanese people like making money. Like, if Japan owned Disney, and they saw how many billions of dollars Disney lost, they would fire everyone at Disney and, like, fumigate the whole company. Just to try to save their brand image. That's what Japan would do. They would just fire everybody. Start over again. Disney won't do that because they're too much of a coward. They know what the problem is now, according to, you know, Bob Iger speaking to his, what do they call it, his shareholders. Like, he knows what's going on, but does he have the stones to do it? That's the thing. Because you're going to have to fire hundreds and hundreds of people. Good luck with that. Because they're all over the place. They're in the writing department. They're in the executive branches. They're like cockroaches. You can't just get rid of one. You're going to have to fumigate the entire building. You're going to have to get rid of people at the theme park. You're going to have to do all kinds of stuff to try to get your brand image. And you're going to have people, a very small minority of people mad at you. But in order to appease the majority, you know, that's what you've got to do. Otherwise, your company's going to be toast in 10 years. You can't... Disney thinks that they could continue to bleed money, but that's not true. Because before, Disney had their theme parks bailing them out. Theme parks aren't bailing them out anymore. And their movies aren't making billions of dollars anymore either. Most of their movies are getting blocked in several foreign countries every film. So their revenue stream is slowly going like... Basically, think of it like a leaky faucet that was filling up a sink. But like, the faucet is barely leaking. And their leaking was the revenue that they got from the theme parks. So they don't have enough water coming in, basically. And they posted their, what do they call it? Their losses for theme parks this year. It's bad. It's worse than during the pandemic. That's not good. Disney cruise liners are in trouble. Everything's in trouble. I'm really curious to see what Japan's going to do with this whole strike thing, though. I don't think they're going to do it. I think only American companies will do it. But what you have to understand is you need to have a firm hand. If you're going to prevent crazy people from getting too much power in your country that don't belong there, then you need to basically, you have to be the bad guy. So if you had an American branch that's saying we're going on strike and we're not releasing games, the Japanese president would need to make a phone call and fire the president responsible who said that. So let's say theoretically Nintendo, Bowser or whatever, says he's going to join in on the strike and Nintendo of America is not releasing games or doing whatever. They're going to put a halt on production. What the president of Nintendo in Japan should do, find out the people who are a part of that mutiny and fire every single one of them. And make a clear, stance that Nintendo Japan tells Nintendo of America what to do. Because as soon as you let America bully you as a company, they're going to add more censorship to your games. They're going to make other things to your games that don't belong there. So you have to have a firm grip. You have to have tough love. Because if you give a mouse a little bit of cheese, he's going to want all the cheese. They're never satisfied with just a little bit more. They want more and more and more. So you got to be firm. And if any Japanese company rolls over, then you're going to witness the beginning of the end of the game industry. It'll be bad. Very, very bad. So, this is why these strikes are stupid, especially... this is why I hate these people personally, because as soon as they get one little thing that they want, they always get greedier for more. And more, and more, and more. And now they're coming into my playground. Not a wise thing. Stay in your lane, Hollywood. Stay in your lane. Oh, gosh. Okay, so this guy is what is he? His superhero name is what? Todoroki? It's his last name? Ah, that's clever. Take-Two, Insomniac, EA, Epic Games, Activision, and a couple others are going on strike, according to the list I saw. Wow. Those are all American companies, though. EA, Epic, Activision. That's all American. Watch them delay Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. That would be terrible. Ooh. And then you would have to be... See, here's the thing. These are why these people are wackos. If they delay Spider-Man, you as a fan would have to be okay with it because of the injustice that the game industry faces in Hollywood's mind. You would have to be fine with it. You're not allowed to get mad. If you get mad, you're the enemy. That's how these weirdos think. If they delay Spider-Man and you get mad, then you are against them. You're allowed to be mad if they delay Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. Protest. Show up in front of their offices, you know? Fling poo at their door. Get a manure bag. Toss it at them. Just don't burn the building down. That would not be a good idea. So no flaming manure bags. Just regular manure bags. Leave it in the executive's car. The leader of SAG or whatever. Just stick it in his car. With a note that says, "You stink for going after the game industry." Nah, you don't want to light it because, you know, that stuff can be combustible. That stuff can start fires. Just regular bag. It'll stink enough, trust me. In the backwater town that I lived in for a while, people used to leave on Halloween manure bags on people's front doors during Halloween and other pranky things. And that stuff smelled pretty bad. So. But no, I mean, it totally makes sense that American companies would... They have to. They have no choice. Like, their souls are owned by SAG. They can't. They already gave Hollywood a foothold, and Hollywood's going to demand they do what they tell them to do. So there's those companies, there's nothing you can do for them. They're already spiritually dead anyway. They're husks. They're yes men. They do what they're told. They have to. Because if you go against the union, unions are nasty. If you go against the union, they'll make sure you never work ever again. Like, if you become a scab or something and you need to work for your family, they will ruin your life as soon as the strike is over. Because they don't care about you. They don't care about people. They care about the union. So they can give... I almost swore. They don't care about you. At all. Because what people forget is that unions don't do things out of the goodness of their heart. They do it for, like, so that they make more money as a union as well. It's not like they're there to make everybody's lives better. They're there to make demands and get everybody more money, including themselves. So if you desperately, say you worked in the game industry and you're an indie person and you had to work during this strike, and they find out about it, they're going to make it so it'll be very hard for you to find work in the game industry. They'll call you all kinds of horrible names. This is why I hate these type of people, personally. Evil people. I don't like corporations, but I don't like people that drag on strikes for like half a year or 6 months or whatever. Because they're just wasting everybody's money. And they're complaining about, oh, I can't work. It's like, you could go to work, you choose not to. You don't say, I can't work. It's like, you can't work because you're being greedy. That's why you can't work. And then you're going to make everybody's lives miserable until we do exactly what you tell us to do. Usually there's no compromise either. Usually it's like you have to meet every single one of their demands. Or else. And back in the day, strikes didn't used to last as long because companies would be like, okay, you don't want to go to work? We'll just fire you. Bring in somebody else. Austin St. John tried to unionize Power Rangers. 3 of them walked off. A bunch of people who worked in the stunt crew, the lighting. There was a whole group of people. It wasn't just the 3 actors. It was the 3 actors and part of the actual crew that worked on the show. And Saban said, okay. And he literally replaced them the next day. It's just, I don't like Saban, and I appreciate what Austin and Twee and Zach, Walter tried to do. But, I mean, it probably wasn't the time to do that because what it ended up doing was it harmed their careers. It didn't hurt Saban because he took the gamble to replace the 3 actors. And it paid off for a while. And then when it wasn't paying off anymore, what did he do? He basically was like, okay, let's bring in these alien rangers. We're going to make the main cast little kids because those people aren't doing it anymore. We need some other gimmick to get people to keep watching while we work on this other show. So he was pretty smart about it. He was like, okay, we're going to have these alien rangers do this. The other actors, we're going to go have them work on the Power Rangers movie. Or not the Power Rangers movie. They're going to start shooting that new show, Zeo. So we're going to get the kids, the adults, doing some other stuff while we work on this other spin-off show. And then everything's going to lead up to this big journey for these Zeo crystals as little kids. And the main actors are going to be filming this other show. And then what happened was the payoff when the Mighty Morphin Rangers came back and turned into Zeo, you know, that brought the ratings up through the roof more than Season 3. When the ratings were starting to die because... No offense to, you know, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, but people didn't like them. They just, you know, they replaced their favorite Rangers, Zach, Jason, and Trini. People didn't really get behind that. So what do? It's like they found a way to take Mighty Morphin down in a way. The Zeo powers replaced Mighty Morphin. And then Saban, when he saw that work, then he was like, oh, okay, well, you know, these actors are getting kind of old for Turbo. Why don't we bring in some new teenagers and pass the torch again? Except this time it'll be the whole team, except Justin. And then he did it again within space. Got rid of the people that didn't work on the show, kept some that did, and then, you know, every season after that, they kept replacing. That way they didn't have to deal with actors getting all high and mighty. That's true. That's how Saban dealt with stuff. It worked, though, because people wouldn't have enough time to, you know, formulate a plan or start to demand more money or do anything because they'd only be Rangers for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then the next show would start, and then the next, and the next, and the next. Even though it was kind of sneaky, I mean, it kept the Power Ranger brand alive. It's a lot easier to, you know, hire new actors for cheaper than to continue to pay the same actors over and over again. It's true. May not be very nice, but it's true. But that's originally why they did that. Whoop. Let's see. Let's do her backpack again. So we're going to do this version. That we're going to call this person Pinky. Even though she's wearing like her school outfit or whatever. Whoop. Man, I do not like it when Hollywood pulls stuff like this. It makes me mad. It's like, I get it, you know, the Hollywood, like, but the game industry is off limits. That's not even theirs. They're employees of the game industry, which is mostly Japan. It's totally racist. There's only a small fraction that is actually American-owned video game companies. Not that many. The majority are all Japanese. Pinky 123. Pinky time. Okay. So what else can you guys tell me about My Hero Academia? So we're going to show off 2 more characters. We're going to do Pinky in this, what is this, a date outfit, or is that the school uniform? Doesn't look like the school uniform to me. And then we'll do the Riot guy with his hardening power, and then we're going to call it. I'm going to have some fish tonight. And then I need to find a way of making sure Link doesn't climb those bookcases, because one of these days, we're going to be live streaming, and he's going to decide to put some counterweight on that bookcase, and that whole thing is going to come crashing down. Because that is not drilled to the wall. Because our landlord wouldn't let us. So that is just... The reason why it stays up is because it's heavy. But if you were to climb it as a cat, I'm pretty sure that whole thing would topple. Like, I'm gonna be sleeping one night, and I'm gonna hear that whole thing come down. It's almost time for new anime season. New anime starts soon. Oh, that's an outfit from the school festival? What episode was the school festival? I mean, what season? I have a question, though. This is what I don't understand about high school anime. If they started out in high school in the first season and they're now 6 episodes in, wouldn't they be getting ready to graduate high school? Like, how many seasons can you have with the, you know, with the cast still in high school? Most anime that I watch that only has like 12 to 26 episodes, usually they start the anime, if it's a rom-com, they start it with them being either sophomores or freshmen. And then by the time the show ends in the second season, they're graduating high school. And the show's over. So it's like, how are they prolonging their time in high school for 6 seasons? Oh, there's only 4 seasons so far? Oh, season 4 was the... Have they moved up any grades yet, or are they still stuck as freshmen in the show? Like, by the time of the 6th season? I'm curious. Whoop. Dun, dun, dun. Whoop. Here we go. They're still freshmen? After 6 seasons, they're still freshmen? Wow. Mm-hmm. "81 episodes. Wow. That's crazy. They finally ended their freshman year in season 6. Wow. Okay, so how they prolong the season is they probably... They go out on missions, right? And then, this is how I'm thinking. The missions last like several episodes, and then you get to see a little bit of their school life. And then they go on another mission, and that mission is like 10 episodes. And then you see a little bit more school life, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's a school festival, or maybe they're doing like White Day or Valentine's or something like that. And then they do another mission, another 12 episodes maybe. I don't know. I guess that's how you would prolong it for 6 seasons as freshmen. Am I close, or... Haha! Sweet! Cool beans. I think the thing that I find most amazing about anime is how they are able to prolong or make exciting school. Like, most rom-coms take place with them going to school. You never actually see what the kids are doing in school. They're just kind of hanging out in school, or like, you know, the teacher will ask them to read one line in school or something, right? And then... and then they just kind of focus on the kids, like, sitting at the desk, or, you know, walking around campus, or being at their homes. There's a lot of walking involved in rom-coms. Have you noticed that? Like, every rom-com you've ever seen, one of the core aspects of the show is the guy walking the girl home. Or rain and somebody getting sick. And the umbrella, walking home under the umbrella during the rain. Hanging out at a, what do they call those? Not a convenience store. Hanging out at a, What do they call that thing? It's a machine that has food in it. It's a, what is that thing? Darn. I had it. Had it in my head and now it's gone. I know what it is. It has chips and drinks in it. Dispenses of food. Vending machine. There we go. Yeah, kids hanging out in front of the vending machine. Sitting on park swings. As teenagers, usually going over to each other's house, bumping into each other at the grocery store. They're able to prolong a show about high school for, like, usually 2 seasons, all the way through senior year. And they don't really do anything. It's like watching an episode of Seinfeld. Like, it's really... Most animes are animes about nothing. They're just slice of life. Like, you meet the characters hang out, they talk about what they watch on TV. They talk about getting ready for school festival or something. Like, every rom-com is like that, more or less. It's amazing that, you know, for 40 plus years and longer, they've been able to make a genre like that. You know? Because that's all it is. I mean, you've seen one anime rom-com, you've seen them all, pretty much. Oh. Not that that's a bad thing. I love anime rom-coms. They're like one of my most watched things that I do. I just noticed that they're all pretty much the same, but the characters that you meet are always different. Like, every show has a different type of, like, we'll say, type of anime. Protagonist, antagonist. Different personalities. Sometimes they're very shy, sometimes they're very assertive. Sometimes they're angry. Sometimes they're passive. They just don't care about anything. It all changes. But the core aspect of the show remains the same. Like, it's the same genre. They just change it up a little bit each show. And now they're starting to incorporate, like, the rom-coms into, I'm being transported to another world and becoming this fantasy hero, and then, you know, all that other stuff. So it's like, the genre's changing a little bit into Ishkai, I believe is what they call it. Ishki, I don't know. One YouTube. Hello, Lindsay. Not sure what that comment means, but welcome. Animes are your favorite type of entertainment? Yep. I've got over 400 hours logged into my Crunchyroll app on the Switch alone. I don't know how many hours I've logged onto my phone. But you have to remember that I spend about 9.5 hours a day streaming. So then when I eat my dinner around 3 in the morning, I watch about an hour of anime every night. Sometimes when I go to bed, I watch another, like, probably 30 minutes of anime. On my phone, not on my Switch. On my phone. So I can't count that. My phone probably has way more hours logged in on it for Crunchyroll and different stuff. I don't watch dubbed anime, though. I watch Japanese. I don't like waiting for dubs. I've gotten good enough to be able to follow subtitled anime over the past 15 years that it doesn't bother me. The only anime I struggle with watching subtitled is shows that are the old aspect ratio. Anything before widescreen, I have a problem following those shows because it's just hard. The screen's not as big. It's all more condensed in a 4:3, you know. So I would watch those animes like from the year probably 1980 through the early 2000s. I would have to watch dubbed because it'd be hard for me to follow along. Dang. Whoops. Wow. I'm becoming the worst player on my team. I am the worst player on my team. Sorry, guys. Dun, dun, dun. I don't even know how I got killed so quick. So I think we are officially 5 days away before the new October season of anime starts. It might even start this Saturday night. Because... Oof. Man, I can't. These guys are too good. I can't get a kill at all. Link, don't be in the room. Yeah, I got screen watchers. Couldn't do anything. They were watching my stream. There's no way. Those people are stream sniping. You got no fur on you? Now you're talking to the cat or you're talking to me? Alright, so let's do one more. We're gonna go as... Yeah, that's true. He's up there with you? He's not down here with me. He went to the bottom of the stairs? Okay. I mean, think about it, John. They have to be screen snipers because every time I landed, I got killed by the same group of people. Every single time. Like, that's right, Link. Even Link's accusing them of screen sniping, too. Every single time. I couldn't move, like, 5 feet without getting killed. Like, that's... Somebody's, like, following me around. That's not a coincidence. Like, maybe once or twice, but that was the entire, like... That entire match. I had at least, like, 2 or 3 guys following me. Because, I mean, a coincidence would be, like, if that score wasn't, like, 80 to something, like, they killed me at least 40 times. Probably. In, like, the span of 20 minutes. Land dead. Land dead. Run around for, like, 30 seconds dead. How long did Amber play guitar? Amber can play a little bit of guitar. She was a folk singer. Amber can play piano, violin. She's a better violinist than she is a guitar player. But she can play basic stuff on the guitar. If she needed to. She can write songs. She usually writes songs on her piano, though. I wonder how long the game industry is going to be loyal to Epic, though. Like all these fans that are playing right now. Watch Epic shut down their servers or something. I mean, they joined up with that strike, though. What are they going to do? Because Hollywood shut down. There was no new updates. There was no... they took shows off the air when they went on strike. When the actors went on strike, they took off more shows and everything was in reruns. What are these high and mighty, you know... beta game developers going to do when they chose to do that? So what are they going to do to their servers? They're going to keep them open? They're going to keep adding content? Or are they going to, you know... Because that'll hurt their pocketbook. Also, think about how many months did the negotiations take? Or not negotiations. How long did the demands take to be met? 6 months? Game industry can't be stalled for 6 months. It's not that type of industry. It's a different entertainment industry. It needs constant entertainment for people. In fact, I would say the game industry is bigger in terms of billion-dollar industry than movies are. They've already surpassed movies big time. Movies get excited when they make like $1 billion. Video games make twice that, if not more. Put it to you this way. A movie ticket for one person is like $12 to $15. Buying one video game is anywhere between $49 to $70. Nintendo sold for Tears of the Kingdom, I think they did 40 million at launch. That's several $billion dollars. Just for that one game. Not counting the additional costs and stuff like that. Same thing, Bethesda is reported to have made like $4 billion already on Starfield. Like, I think they've sold like 30 million or maybe 25 million copies, something like that worldwide. My projections might be a little high, but the article that I read recently, it said they were around 4 billion that they've earned in profit so far, because it's on Xbox only, so, I mean, they're not going to really do as well as they used to, but, I mean, for Xbox, that's not bad. Because Xbox, you know, is a big company, but Bethesda used to sell much more faster because of being multi-platform. They're not multi-platform anymore. So that was, you know, pretty good for a company that's not multi-plat anymore. So, you know, if they gridlock the American developers, we might actually witness, sad but true, you might actually see some American game companies go under. Especially if they prolong this for 6 months or longer. Because the game industry, the American ones, they can't survive that. Especially doing this like right near the holidays are starting. That's when the game industry used to make their biggest money, was right around Christmas and Thanksgiving. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Because people have to understand that film entertainment and video game entertainment are two different industries. They're not the same. They do things differently. And game industry can't afford to hire people that are stupid. The movie industry can hire people that aren't very talented to be writers and, you know, to do storyboarding and, you know, pay them an insane amount, more than like a civil servant or a police officer or a firefighter. And these people are morons. And video games require intelligent people to work on them, otherwise their product doesn't sell and they lose money. And most of these American companies are also in business with Japanese companies that are very adamant about companies being able to turn a profit. When you don't, which we saw earlier this year, actually not earlier this year, earlier this fall, there was a video game company that went super woke, and they made Saints Row, which was a beloved kind of frat boy game. They released the new one. The game was so bad, it caused the company to completely collapse on itself. They imploded. And they had been around for a long time making Saint Row games. They're gone. They're the first casualty of all the, you know... Actually, they're one of the biggest casualties for the new style of gaming that's been going on since 2020, I think. Where, you know, they have gotten more promiscuous with their storytelling and things like that, along with their censorship. They're the first real video game casualty for all this nonsense. And there will be more. Especially if Japan is actually in a partnership with some of these companies that go on strike. Like, Japan will cut them loose. They'll cut the cord. And then just watch them, like, flail around until they suffocate. And just partner up with somebody else. Probably. I've seen them do it before. The video game industry is pretty cutthroat. Because the Japanese people believe in turning a profit. They don't care about the message. They don't care about anything. They care about money. And if you don't make them money, then they don't do business with you. It's that simple. It's not a hard concept. If you don't make me money, then what good are you? That's just their philosophy. They'll smile to your face and they'll stab you in the back. It's funny. Because instead of them going around and, you know, doing what they used to do, which was conquer countries, they've incorporated the will of the warrior, the way of Bushido, into their business life. And that's why the business world in Japan is so cutthroat and intense is because basically they're having like samurai battles in the business world. You know, basically screwing each other over and, you know, mergers and all the nasty stuff that goes on, like with businesses in Japan that, you know, Americans read about and they're horrified. That's so they don't go around like basically doing what they used to do, which all the time in Japan, feudal Japan was constant small rebellions between different shoguns and, you know, feudal lords and samurai and ronin and things like that. They were always constantly like at civil war with each other for centuries. Americans went to a civil war for like what, maybe close to 10 years? Imagine in Japan, constant civil war for thousands of years in your own country, not united. That's what ancient Japan was like. What happened after World War II, when basically America came and destroyed, you know, that fighting spirit, like when they were completely defeated and having, you know, it took them a lot to surrender after Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Sorry, can't speak anymore. You know, they had to find other ways of having their culture survive, and they didn't want to surrender. Like, they were going to fight to the last man, so it took a lot for them to be able to be like, you know, I guess we quit, because they weren't ever going to quit. If we landed on their shores, they literally would have done whatever necessary to, you know, stop the invasion of American and Allied troops, which we had tons of people ready if the bombs didn't work. My grandfather was on one of those ships that was right outside of Tokyo, I believe. Like, there were several, like, U.S. Navy ships that were all over the place, filled with troops. If the bombs didn't work, you know? So I might not have existed. A lot of you might not have existed. Or your fathers, or your, you know, your fathers and uncles and whatever. Like, a lot of people owe their existence to the fact that we didn't have to invade, because that would have been messy. Probably been the messiest part of the war for a lot of people. Because, you know, when we finally got into Germany, Germany was basically broken. Like, they were literally using reserve troops to try to keep everybody out. And the reserve troops couldn't keep battle-hardened veterans like the Americans, Canadians, the French, you know, hardened troops out of Germany. It was just the reserve guys. You know, like the Army Reserve you see the commercials for? Those were the people protecting Germany in the Fuhrer. Because all the, you know, battle-hardened guys were out in other campaigns. You just had, like, the weekend warriors at home guarding the country. They weren't ready for it. They threw all their big forces at Normandy and other things to try to stop the Allies from coming in through France. So, anyway, so the business world is kind of like Japan's battleground. And they became very peaceful because of it, too. They still have their philosophy and things like that. They've just incorporated a lot of that warrior spirit into the business world. So I don't ever see them, quote, rolling over and doing what other countries tell them to do. If they do, then I don't know. If we lose Japan for entertainment, we're toast. Pretty much. Because they're the only thing that's really keeping people interested in entertainment. Like, more and more people are bailing out of it because of how it is right now. Less people are watching TV. Less people are going to the movies. A lot of people have made some of the migration to Japanese stuff. A lot of people still have, like, this kind of, I would say, not a prejudice, but kind of like, they don't understand anime or certain video games, so they kind of, like, avoid them. You know, they don't, once they start watching it, they kind of get, I guess you would say, converted a little bit to that style of storytelling and characters and things like that, and they get interested because American media is not like anime at all. You know? It's completely different. It's a lot of, like, the hero's journey stories, which we used to do. It's what our comic books used to be. Our comic books used to be stories about heroes and villains. And nowadays, it's not really like that at all. So for a lot of foreigners, it's kind of like a strange concept to people. They're like, I don't really understand how this works. Like, you have, like, this dude who, is not like super OP at the beginning. He's not like, you know, a Captain Marvel character. He has to slowly build up his power as time goes on. Goku is a perfect example of that. Goku is just an average guy who worked hard and became powerful, pretty much. He never gave up. When things got tough, he always got stronger. Whatever obstacle was put in front of him, he always tried to overcome it through hard work, dedication, and training, which is exactly what the warrior spirit is, you know? So a lot of Japanese culture is actually alive and thriving in anime and their business world and all kinds of stuff. It's a part of who that culture is. It's like their identity. Whoops. That's an interesting fun fact. Yeah, nowadays superhero comics aren't about people fighting with fists. It's more like a clash of ideology. They're always going against the man. It's like the hippies got control of the industry, kind of, sort of. Whoop. But we'll see. We'll see if Americans can bully Japan into doing the strike. I don't think so. I think Japan's going to hold their ground, and Americans are going to say some pretty nasty things about them on Twitter. But I hope they do stand their ground, because they need to. Because, you know, Japan's already witnessed a couple of their franchises ruined by Western developers. Zelda, or not Zelda. Whoa, Link, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't climb that. That's a picture frame, you dolt. Do you know what's going to happen if you bring that down? You have any idea? For one thing, you're going to become a kitty pancake because that's a very heavy picture. That's of Cape Cod in a thunderstorm. That's a heavy frame. That'll squish you. That's not something you can climb on. I've never seen a cat do that. Holy cow. I never had to worry about that before. Now I'm worried. Now I'm definitely worried. What is going on with that cat? Slow down, guy. I was right. You are going to become a troublemaker. You are, you are, you are. See how this is a lot, I wouldn't say a lot closer, but this is better than before. It's because you don't have stream snipers anymore. Because our team is at least close to getting 40 kills. They've got 70 kills. That's still kind of a slaughter, but nowhere near as bad as like 12 to 80 something. Not that, you know, we'll probably get maybe 40 kills if we're lucky. Yeah, I got 40 kills. Oof. Games and movies aren't as good as they were back then. Well, I mean, movies have Hollywood interference. Follow the writers. If ever there's a problem with a movie, nowadays it's like fingerprint. You just go to their Twitter. If they're crazy, you'll know. Because if there was something in the movie you didn't like and you thought was kind of like off and it didn't quite have that fun, happy-go feeling, chances are the writer's a nut job. The reason why a lot of people have migrated to Japanese entertainment like Full Metal Alchemist and all this other stuff, or not Full Metal Alchemist, sorry, that's 20 years ago. My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, all this other stuff, is like it's written by authors that actually give a darn about their stuff. They care about the characters, they care about exploring their stories and, you know, introducing new side characters and having them mingle, making the world bigger, going on adventures. Americans and their writing, they don't care about that at all. Like, that never even comes to their mind. Even when they go about and they make a huge story arc, you go and you watch, you go and read any DC comic of late. Within a few minutes of reading a panel, you're going to find some type of Twitter garbage in there. Whether it's a unbat-suited Barbara Gordon kicking Freeze in the gonads and saying something about feminist whatever, you can't go a single comic book without being reminded how crazy these authors and writers are. You just can't. Whereas in Japan, you would have to read volume after volume after volume in order to get some type of subtle context of whatever is going on in Japan's politics or social issues at the time. Because what they're going to do is, with their characters, they'll reflect some type of maybe real-world thing, or, here's an idea, they don't, and they just reflect what's going on in the world that they've created. The world that they created have their own problems, have their own missions to go on, their own, things like maybe there's scarce food, or maybe there's a monster that's preventing people from living freely. There's all kinds of things that they can do. There could be an evil organization doing something. Americans aren't creative anymore. They're very... they live by what the news tells them on a day-to-day basis. And those people then go and they write their stories. Look at every CW superhero show and Marvel film that's released in the past 5 years, and you tell me you don't see any echoes to what's going on in the world today in the storytelling. You can't watch one of those movies and tell me there's nothing in there, because there is. And sometimes it's beaten into you over and over again like a hammer. Even if they tell you once, they're going to tell you at least 4 more times before the show is over. And there's no reason to do that. Escapism is important because our lives suck. And if everyone is reminded of how bad the world is 24/7, 1, you're going to make suicide rates go through the roof. 2, you're going to make people even more depressed and bitter, which is going to cause more animosity towards all kinds of groups in this country. And people are just not going to have fun in life anymore. And if you invade their territory where their last safe space is, their entertainment, their video games, their movies, their comic books, then, you're going to create a society that's just a mess. Because people won't be able to have any type of, away time from the craziness of the world. Their mental health is going to go, pfft. My mental health has already gone, because I've tried my best to try to avoid all this stuff, and it just keeps being thrown in my face 24/7. Somebody in the chat, somebody on Twitter, I had an email from the SAG people, over the summer, asking YouTubers to join their stupid thing. I said no. It's like... because YouTube will never be any of that. They only pay creators based on what creators earn, which I guess is good. I would love to get a salary, but that'll never happen. Good luck convincing Google to do that. But, I don't mean to talk about this stuff, but it's been, the past, 5 years, it's been, thrown in my face like a snowball. Over and over again. Something or another. Ever since the pandemic, it's been back and forth. I try to escape it, I try to move on to something else, and then it's just always, just brought up randomly. So, and I'm usually the anti of whatever it is. I don't agree with it. I don't believe it has any place in entertainment whatsoever, because I worry about people's mental state of mind. I really do. I care about you guys. I want you guys to be happy and healthy. I don't want you to be brainwashed puppets of the U.S. government or Hollywood, Those people are the bad guys. You guys are the good guys. They're just there to provide entertainment for you. They're not there to do anything else. They could be soulless demons for all I know. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good one. That is a showcase for Fortnite. Tomorrow we've got probably the finale of Avatar. I think Ahsoka is coming out tomorrow. I don't know. I thought she was coming out tomorrow. Ahsoka Tano is... The quest to unlock Ahsoka begins tomorrow. Wait, it was supposed to. Yeah. And then, we'll see how that goes. Probably not going to unlock her, obviously. I suck at Fortnite. It's a given. Link, what are you doing? If you climb that, I am going to laugh if that falls down, because that is not... Well, that's fine. You know what? The only thing I have over there is the Nintendo 3DS games, and that Nintendo... Or that... What is that? That YouTube award thing. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. Don't climb that shelf. That's where my Red Ranger helmet is. I gotta go, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Get down, you stupid cat! No, 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 no. That is expensive. Okay? That's expensive.